and I think there's a couple of nuances there. So for example, did the person who passed away leave instructions? Did they leave a will that says, my favorite son shall administer, right? Did they leave instructions about what will be inherited? Is it going to be evenly to their children, or are they going to disinherit someone, or are they going to give more to their child who has special needs, for example? So we would also have to determine, which way. Oftentimes, and I'll use the case of famous people like James Dean, and it happens all the time where people don't have anything, where it could be a situation where many people will go to the court who think that they should have the right to administer, right? So I think the next step after figuring out whether or not we do need to go to probate court is figuring out what's the process and who should be the actors or actresses, right? Now, if there's a will, it helps a little in the sense that the person who passed gave instructions, here's who is inheriting, here's who's going to be in charge, versus no instructions, and it could be a situation where the judge has to listen to everyone, because if 10 people show up, the judge will have to ultimately decide who is going to administer or who has the power to administer.
Just to add to that, again, from a what's the term I'm looking for? From a filing perspective, once we file the petition, there are a lot of procedural issues that has to be, that we must follow. Otherwise, if we don't follow them, if you're making mistakes. So, there are the procedural issues such as, giving notices to not only beneficiaries and heirs, but also to, doing this publication. And I'm sure that we have the same issue in the Philippines. You publish this probate in a newspaper of general circulation, and then the court actually appoints the person who will be in charge. If there's a will, it's going to be an executor. If there's no will, it's going to be the administrator of the estate. Also, gathering of the assets is really important. You can't miss anything. It's got to be part of the probate. And then taxes. This is something that's really the major difference, is that taxes need to be paid, but it's not necessarily a factor that will prohibit transferring of the assets to the heirs if taxes are not paid. Okay. Whereas Attorney Yoon I'm sure we'll talk about the requirements for filing that estate tax. Otherwise, nothing is being transferred. And then really at the end of the day, there's a petition for final distribution. And a typical probate in California will take about a year to a year and a half. And that's if everything goes right.
And everyone gets along.